So for a while now, we've known and kind of also speculated that Captain Marvel was going to have a completely different origin in her upcoming movie. Now, what the extent of that was and how much they were going to change, we really don't know still. But there's always indicators in comics and TV shows and things like that about some of these changes. Previously, I reported on what Ant-Man was going to look like in the movie months before it ever actually appeared in the movie and we saw his costume, because the cartoons were already doing it. They're kind of lining stuff up and the comics started to reflect that. So now, with the release of a brand new ongoing series for Captain Marvel being The Mighty Captain Marvel, issue 0 actually delves into her origin story and how much it's changed. So we see that obviously when she was a younger girl, she had aspirations to become an astronaut and everything like that, but her father never saw her on the same level as her brothers, and he kind of ignored her, and he was like, no, you don't need to be an astronaut, you're gonna be a housewife, you find a husband who's an astronaut and that's what you're worth. I'm not gonna pay for your college because your brothers are the better choice and all that. And like, she got really discouraged, so she goes and joins NASA, and as part of NASA, she wanted to obviously fly in space, and one of her dreams was to fly in space alone, so she does. So she says that one night when she flew, she found her purpose. The NSA saw it as a random anomalous artifact. The Kree saw it as something completely different. To others, it's known as a Mirari, a thing of wonders, a source of marvels. But she says she doesn't care if she found it or it found her. So essentially what happens is, in space, as an astronaut, she finds the Kree weapon, the Psyche Magnetron. Now obviously there was rumors before that Marvel was going to change Captain Marvel's origin for the simple fact that it was too close to Green Lantern. Obviously they would have to include Captain Marvel, him passing powers, yada yada yada, all that. And that's probably a little too close to home to a failed movie, so why not change it? Now, obviously, the Magnetron has been used before to enhance the powers of Carol Danvers, so them automatically, in the movie, if they were to say that she's an astronaut and all this, she goes into space, and she finds this Kree weapon that gives her powers, that could honestly be a simple yet direct connection they could make to it. It's still a Kree, weapon. It's still her getting her power from a Kree style, origin, but it's a lot more simplified, so you don't have to use multiple characters. And honestly, I would be okay with this. It's a good change, and I think it just completely would work in the movie. And if they're gonna go down with the schizophrenic thing, it would make a whole lot of sense, because then, her mind is infused with all these different species, everything they could be using, they could really play around with what the Magneton is, so why not?